Gemini, this feels like a caution energy in your love life right now. Twin flames is out here, and it says yin yang and balance, union and duality, complement polar opposites. So you're dealing with someone right now where you probably sense that this is a twin flame connection. Maybe you're not sure because it has some interesting highs and lows, definitely pulling out of each other, the shadow sides of each other. Grounding is likely needed during this time. And it says stability and security, performance, growth, and endurance. Now, the card that has me feeling like there's some caution here, maybe a slow down, deeply evaluate, address what it is that you're seeing, being honest with yourself about your feelings, is because we have not enough out here. This card, it feels so disturbing to me, so I'm not going to show it again. I'm going to read to you what it says out here. It says lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego and fear, frustrations. I think that card is supposed to be the love aspect of the Eight of Swords in traditional tarot. If you can remember, the person's blindfolded and they have all of the swords around them. I think that's supposed to be the love version of that, because the person's blindfolded and they're almost sabotaging themselves, right? The caution here, Gemini, that I'm picking up is that there's a vibe here, and I don't think that it's you, but there's something in this connection that feels, and it could be you, where it feels like you question if you're good enough for this connection. You question if you're worthy of this connection. It kind of feels like a vibe where if this person that you're dealing with, or whoever's on your mind and your heart, maybe you're just in a texting phase, and maybe you've been dating them for a little while, but if they do things that feel a little bit reckless or uncomfortable to you, that maybe you'll kind of rationalize it or maybe justify it because you question yourself a lot. And so the caution here is about getting yourself grounded and really thinking about what's actually good for you and healthy for you, and accepting that and trusting that. Now, Gemini, you know you're really good about your thoughts, your words, and your truth and things like that. So this is one of those times where this is like a slow down and accept what your truth is, and not feel, and address what might be making you feel like you're not exactly good enough, or you're not worthy of this connection, if that's something that you're working through, or the person that you're dealing with, right? God, angel, spirit guides, for Gemini, let's refine this a bit. If anyone is DMing you, messaging you, pretending to be me, friend, it is not, please report and block them, okay? So what is the overall vibe for Gemini in love right now? What are they working through in love right now, God, angel, spirit guides? Gemini, please. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Let's see here. What are they working through in love? Okay. Well, this is beautiful. You have the 10 of Pentacles out here. So in your mind, in your heart, you want there to be legacy. You want to grow together. You want commitment. You see this connection as being something where you all have the children, the grandchildren, you have the businesses together, you have your homes together, you heal together. It kind of feels like you see this connection as being something that can be secure, right? Being of your family and their family coming together and being a huge family. But there's something about balance here that is needed with the 2 of Pentacles here. And then you have the Emperor here, and it was in my lap in reverse. And so that's what this feels like. It's almost like, Gemini, and this is a very specific message in Gemini. This is for not many of you, I don't think, because the way that I know Gemini always is adjusting that crown. And you're still that person for those of you that I'm speaking to, and this is a message for you. But something is happening right now where you're not certain about your power. You're not certain about your divinity and what you offer in this connection. And then there's a vibe of, it kind of just feels like going out of your way to make sure that you're working. You're probably holding down a side hustle too, showing up with money. It just feels like you're wanting to make sure that you're bringing enough to the table in this connection. Now, I don't know if this person is making you feel like that, because, Sean, I'm never going to let that slide. We got words for people who do that to people. That's never a vibe. That's not what we're looking for. Gemini, you come to the table with your beautiful self, right? And that's enough, and you start building from there if that person is willing to build with you. But if there's anyone making you feel like you're not coming to the table with enough, that's kind of problematic, because the the Emperor is a very powerful energy. And what this lets me know, Gemini, is that that is who you are. Now, I know this is an Aries card, but you know, we all have that ability to tap into that sacred masculine, to be able to build, to create in the world using our confidence. The sacred feminine is what we believe for, and then what we do with our hands to show it the world. That's when we tap into that masculine building energy. Shouts out to the masculine, right? But that's upside down right now. So there's not a lot of confidence about that. And I kind of get this feeling that you might be stretching yourself thin, trying to balance quite a bit to make it appear that you have all that you have. And something has happened maybe in the past that has robbed you of your divine knowing that you have everything that you need to provide, that you don't have to go out of your way, you don't have to tap dance here or be on one leg, you know, trying to make something happen to show someone else that that you have everything that you need. Now, there's another vibe here, Gemini, and then I promise I'll get to the advice. You know, sometimes the Emperor upright is a very solid, structured, disciplined king. Okay, it is all it's the King of Pentacles, Wands, Swords, Cups combined. Okay, he is their father. That's how I think of the Emperor. And so, but when the Emperor is upside down, it's using the power in a controlling manner. It's, you know, when the Emperor is upside down, it's using its power to not really hear anyone, to listen and to be caring and concerning, but just like using its power to just do whatever it wants it to do. It's using its power not in a good way, but for controlling reasons. And so for some of you, it could be a vibe that there's someone, and it could be someone else's parent, it could be your parent, it could be your person, it could be you, but there's another vibe here about someone almost being overly protective and maybe controlling over finances, over resources, over money, over how the business will go, and is cutting off oxygen to the love and the connection and in this relationship. So now I'm going to get some advice out here so that you can understand what to do, how to navigate this, to enhance your intuition. Whatever it is that you're needing, Gemini, that's what this advice is here to do. So, guide, angel, spirit guides, for my lovely Gemini, what advice do you have for them to be successful, to be whole, to be grounded, to be balanced, to be confident, to be secure, to be healthy, guide, angel, spirit guides, to feel safe and healthy and confident in their connection? God, angel, spirit guides, what advice do you have for my lovely Gemini here? Let's see. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Okay. Gonna need some strength. What else? Okay. Some clumpy cards came out. These feel like a trailer. Yeah, this feels like some type of traditional control to be careful of, right? Opportunity here, pinnacle here, you know, that passion being reignited. If someone is removing you out of your sense of self-trust, your passion, the spirit part of you that makes you energized, that part of you that's you, there's a caution here, right? Someone kind of getting in the way of that also is getting in the way of you having the kind of opportunity, prosperity, abundance that you desire. But the cards that actually popped out here, it's the Knight of Pentacles in reverse and then the Strength card in reverse. And so this kind of feels like, you know, the Knight of Pentacles is a commitment card. It's a commitment energy. And, you know, I love to see the Knight of Pentacles in a connection. But the Knight of Pentacles is a solid potential. They're slow to commit because they're not going to commit to anything they have to walk away from. So that can be a really good virtue, but it's in reverse here. And so it kind of feels like what you are trying to do in this connection, what you're trying to have in this connection, there's a caution about if this is actually going to go somewhere. Can this relationship and connection go somewhere based on the factors that are at play right now? The Strength card is having strength to accept what it is that you're seeing, you're experiencing for what it is. But I'm going to get some more out here for the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Guide, angel, spirit guides, why is the Knight of Pentacles out here in reverse, guide, angel, spirit guides, with the Strength card? Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, that Emperor keeps popping out. Yeah, the Emperor keeps popping out. Yeah, this feels like someone in their control. Okay, it feels like with what is happening in this connection, you could have all of the strength in the world, but there's something about this energy, if it's on the other person, that is going to be getting in the way of what this connection can be, of this being able to grow, because you also have the 7 of Pentacles that popped out here. You have the 6 of Cups here, which is the desire to have a love that feels familiar, the memory of good love, maybe someone that you've been dealing with off and on. But then another important card about something growing and moving is another Knight card. It's the Knight of Swords. And so you have the 2 knights. I think of this as being you and the other person, your energies. You know, you'd want these to be upright in a new relationship because you're both kind of moving towards something, but they're both upside down. And so it kind of feels like you and this person, you're not exactly on the same page right now. And that's going to be really important, because if someone is really dedicated, they have these plans and ideas about how the connection is going to continue to unfold, but they're scattered in their energy. Then another person is very clear about where you're going to live and how you're going to earn your money, but kind of scattered about the energy, and you have uncertainty there. It's going to be really hard to see this connection through and to see it grow. And then there also could kind of be this vibe of not having the confidence that you need, or some kind of hovering, controlling energy also getting in the way. Now, the advice is that you're going to need strength here, but I'm going to get a little bit more. I want some more to understand this. Very interesting, God, angel, spirit guides. More advice for Gemini. What do they need to do or think about, God, angel, spirit guides, in this energy? What do they need to do or think about in this love connection? What would be the best advice for Gemini working through this right now? For their personal growth, for their healing, for their love life, God, angel, spirit guides, for a successful love life. A successful love life, God, angel, spirit guides. What is the advice for Gemini? Let's see. That Emperor keeps popping out. This is the confidence. Being clear about what you want, headed in that direction. The same cards keep popping out, friend. Gemini's like, oh, I know. The same cards keep popping out. So get very clear and structured about what you want. Be confident in what you want. The Aries and Mars energy is the I am. I know my worth. I know where I belong. I know what I can do. Standing upright in it. This means that the investment can grow if you're able to turn those, what we just saw, those reversal fixed energies, to be clear about where you're headed, what you want, and stand in that. You're going to see growth here. That's what spirit is saying. But it's going to require your confidence. It's going to require you to stand straight in your energy. Take the blindfolds off. Take, you know, get out of this cuff, you know, the wrist tie. Get out of that. Ground your energy and play the position that you're in. You are a very powerful energy. Is what keeps coming up. This came out every time I shuffled, I believe. I think every single time I shuffled the cards, the Emperor popped out for you. So this feels like it's time to call in your energy. Be confident about what you are, who you are, and then go after what it is that you want. And then you also had a preview card of the Ace of Pentacles. So there's potential, there's opportunity here. You have to trust and believe in yourself. All right. I have a personal TikTok, Gemini. If you're interested, I'll tag it here on the video. Check it out. It's self-love stuff, self-care stuff, bloggy, beauty, kind of quirky, silly stuff on that channel. But the channel was basically created because there are things that are in the nuance that I want to talk to people about and share that I can't really share full out in this tarot channel. So if you're interested in that, check it out. When you get over there, it's a small but mighty community. So if you like it, hang out with us and connect. It's not personal if you don't want to, because it's not for everyone for sure, but I'd love to see you over there. In the meantime, Gemini, I love you and I wish you wellness and I believe in you. Take care. Bye.